Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is our weekly Precision Markets office hours, hosted with your Precision Markets coaches, Rob and Brian. We're here to answer any questions that you may have, especially those where you need more of like a visual presentation. So we open up this Zoom so everybody can be able to share screen, share pictures. We can cover things in depth and just answer the questions that you have. For those that this may be your first time doing this, sorry guys. For those that this might be your first time doing this, our format is very simple. In the chat box, please go ahead and submit any questions that you have, and then your Precision Markets coaches will answer the questions in the order. We just ask that you'll be mindful of other people's time as we try to answer the questions in order that they come in. And this will be recorded and up on the Precision Markets Teachable so that you can be able to listen to it for the next 48 hours. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up for any questions that people may have. And don't be shy. The only bad question is the question that you don't ask. Any questions, guys? Feel free to answer in the chat. If y'all have a chart that y'all want to share or something that y'all want to, maybe a question about price action, something to discuss. Also, we've enabled screen sharing so that you can be able to share your screen as well too. I know one thing. Powell better have some good things to say tomorrow, because if not, I'm gonna body slam him.
Oh man, no, I'm still waiting for this retracement before it goes back down, if we even get one.
I know, right? Well, you know, the market made such a move on Monday that I'm not too surprised today it went in somewhat a similar direction, but not too much, you know.
Well, yeah, well, that's why I took that euro buy today because it was like a 2 hour chalk. I was like, well, I could see that going up a bit and then probably continuing on down. Didn't go up as much as I thought it did, but yeah, pulled a bit of profits out, so that's all right.
All right, we got our first question. Lucas, I have a question about structure and chalk on 1 minute. Do you count wicks or body? So to answer that question for you, Lucas, first and foremost, before we tell you to do anything, we're always going to tell you to back test, because at the end of the day, Rob, Nathan, or myself, we have our own confidence to pull the trigger when we see trades. But in order to transfer that confidence to you, you have to back test it. So when you look at a chalk, and give me 1 second, let me actually pull up a chart so it's a little bit easier for y'all. And where's my, oh, okay. Can y'all see my screen? Okay, cool. So when it comes to, for instance, a chalk, right? Let me see if I can find one real quick. I want to use. Price came, you could use this, for instance, and say, okay, price came and swept this high, took liquidity, and this was a wick break. Price comes down here, it broke on a body. But if you say, for instance, we were looking at and we wanted to sell and we wanted to put in our trade somewhere like within the zone, this would have been a great sell trade. And this is an example of a trade that would have worked out for you. This is an example of a trade that would have worked out for you had you used wicks to be the basis of your chop. But there's also been some testing that, for instance, all the coaches have done. And what we've come to find specifically is that we found that the best types of chalks are the ones where, for instance, price may end up coming and breaking bodies rather than breaking wicks. And this is just something that you'll want to test out and make sure that it works specifically for yourself. Give me 1 second, I'm trying to find. So for instance, I might make this work. So for instance, here, this was the last high to be broken. It was broken by this low. Price comes and breaks through. I say, for instance, maybe it might be a zone this big within this region. If I go into like a little bit higher time frame, let's say maybe 2 minute, I'm sure this would be a little bit bigger. Ah, it's close, but not close enough. But say, for instance, if it taps into that zone, then I would look and take the entry. So for me personally, after doing my back test, 4 out of 5 times I was taking a loss was because I was taking chalks that were based upon wicks. But for instance, like I mentioned, that's just from my own testing. So neither is wrong, but you should look at what gives you the best results because I was aiming for was a combination of a higher win rate with a moderate risk to reward. And so that's what ultimately got me into deciding, oh, I'm going to take chops based upon body breaks because, yeah, I may miss a few trades here and there, but at the same time, I won't take as many losses. The trades that I was missing were ones that I didn't want to get involved with, anyways.
Go
So,
back
for
to the
instance,
chalk you just drew for a sec, Brian. The one that you just had with the body break. What I was gonna say was what I found was like I used to like pull these zones and within reason, sometimes what I do is I started pulling this zone all together and depending on the size of it and how far I'm taking it, I found sometimes pulling the range can be it's a good way of getting tagged in with a with a pair like GU, you really don't care about the stop loss size because it moves. Obviously if it's like EU or something, I would prefer not to have a 20 pip stop. But yeah, the ranges have been really huge, I found, especially on the pound pairs, because they like to throw them wicks.
Yep, they definitely do.
What was that NASDAQ alarm? Are we shorting NOS? What are you doing there?
Oh no, that's my market structure alarms. So I'm always looking at what market structure does, and so I let the indicator give me alerts anytime there's a change in 4-hour market structure or breaks in market structure. It's very helpful to know. Oh, I already know before I even get to my terminal. Oh, this is how the market's probably trending, which it looks like the 4-hour lower low was just broken.
Oh yeah.
So that makes life a little interesting. So, but yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Lucas. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Awesome. Yeah, it's especially with as of recent, the ranges like you mentioned, Rob, it's becoming more of a thing I'm paying more attention to and saying, oh, I'm just gonna pull the whole range. And depending on how big it is, I'll still probably take the trade more than likely.
Honestly, man, I took like a 12 or 13 pip stop on GU like 2 weeks ago, and it still hit 6R during New York. I was just like, well, that just goes to show you don't need to be that greedy with the stop loss.
Nope. If you got the direction right, guys, that's the most important thing. Tighter stop could mean higher R, yes, but if you got the direction, you're still going to get the same. You're still going to get a moderate to really good R because you got the direction right. You got 50% of trading is just knowing if it's going to go up or down. You get half of it right if it goes you're in direction, and the other half of the time you don't get it right. Everything else in between is your risk management and protecting your profits in your account. So it's a really simple thing to think about. Like even a monkey could guess if something was going up or down. So if that's the case, then what do we actually do to really make sure that we're profitable is something that helps us to get a better idea if it's going to be more chance of it going up or more chance of it going down. And then you have to live with the results of if it's not, for instance, in that way going in your direction.
Have you looked at the weekly on NASDAQ and Euro and Aussie and everything?
Oh yeah, I looked at all that this morning.
It really doesn't look like it's going to do anything but go down.
Right.
Like she looks like she is going to go south those last couple candles.
I'm going to show y'all a couple lines for just some important points that happen for just record. So this first line right here, this was the 2008 housing crash in the United States. This line right here is the pandemic. This right here, guys, all of this is what we call a bear market.
Oh
It's
man.
not going. It's going down, and it's going even further down than any of the other points. We've had, from a
This
market
is
structure perspective, we've actually made a consecutive lower lows. The whole world doesn't know how to comprehend this.
Nasdaq's never gone down this much in a row, has it?
It hasn't ever in
Huh.
the history of Nasdaq. It's not gone like this at all.
Yeah, well, even the crypto market, man, it's coming down fast.
So, Influx, why did you close it? Why did you close your short?
Uh,
That's the only
Hey,
direction Nas is going.
You were
in.
starting talking about the crash a minute too late, you know.
Sheesh. Hold all your trades until you come to office hours, man. You know the
Yeah.
you know the drill.
Yep.
man, next time
That's all
Nasdaq
right.
turns bullish, I just want to, I think, just keep stacking positions with no TP, see how far we can go.
I'll be targeting my first target. My
Yeah,
first trade will be here. That'll be my
Yeah.
first target. Will be the all-time high, and
Yeah.
then after that, I'm never closing my trade ever.
no, man, hold for 6 months.
I'm
You
all-
see some of those guys on Instagram, like they hold that stuff full volume for like 4 weeks, and I'm like, man, you got some diamond hands.
right with no break-even stop losses either.
No stop loss, no nothing, full account on the trades.
I'm just like, yo, I'm not built that way.
No. You know, though, if a guy gets enough positions, you get like 10 positions, you could be like, I'll take 50% of the first, leave full volume on the rest, just to take something off the table. Like a guy can get pretty lenient if you got enough positions.
Very true. Very, very true. AK Peachy says AK target. Are you talking about crypto or Nasdaq? Because that's
Oh,
Nasdaq could go to 8.
Yeah, Bitcoin, I'm like thinking 8 to 12K. Hopefully 8.
Yeah, for me, Bitcoin is like 8 to 12 and NAS is 8,000.
Honestly, if it gets down that low, that's where you can just start tossing little amounts in it and just start dollar cost averaging. I don't imagine it's coming out of the bearish market this year, even if it does go back up and ain't running the high. People aren't going to have any confidence in crypto now. Well, from the last all-time high, like there was a pretty good retracement, wasn't there? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
The 2017 all-time high. Stick the fib on that, Brian. I'm curious to know how much that retraced from the low to the high. It looks like close to 80%. 70, 80, somewhere in there. It's definitely high.
Oh yeah, that was like almost 80%.
Yeah.
It came down literally to the last higher low.
So what's the last impulse look like if we start at the last impulse to the top?
Let's see.
I think this one to here.
That it would really put you down here somewhere in the 16s. And if I hope none of y'all have any money stuck in Celsius, because Celsius just bought some more Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets to 16,500, then they have to liquidate all of their positions, and there goes bye all of your assets.
What MicroStrategy too? I was reading something about them. They're not in a very good position with Bitcoin either because they took out a lot of loans for it.
Jeez. Yep, that would be a 78.6 retracement. Sheesh.
I'm
But I can see
thinking.
that.
I'm thinking down here. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. They
Whoa.
could-
Yeah, that's the range I'm looking at also.
Yeah.
I pulled
But
this
if
one.
it gets down there, a guy can just start, dollar cost averaging, acquire tiny micro positions for the whole year, and then just kind of forget about it, stick it on your ledger, and at some point, hopefully, it runs this high.
Yeah, hold it for 5 years. Don't look at your account.
Yeah. If Bitcoin comes down that much, Solana, AVAX, like everything should come down. You should, get a lot of opportunity anyway.
Oh yeah.
You definitely wouldn't be buying Dogecoin.
No.
No.
Dogecoin will be less than a penny.
Well, I think it has been the whole time, hasn't it? Or did it go past the penny?
No, it's like 6 cents right now, but it
What?
used to be much higher.
I haven't looked at it for so long. The last time I looked at it was below a penny.
Yeah, no, Dogecoin got up to what, 30 cents or something.
Oh, wow.
78 cents, I think. No.
Yeah. I couldn't remember how high, but I remember when it was high up there, and then now it's just worth nothing.
There was this guy who sold all his savings, like all his houses and so on, and invested in the Doge, got it to like 2 million equity, and then now he's still holding it's like 300,000. So I don't know.
There's a lot of people that made a lot of Luna videos that they lost their life savings in it.
So bad for them. But guys, this is why we use stop losses, and you
Yeah.
don't go full margin, guys. Please don't go full margin. Even if we say it in the chat, just know we're joking.
Wait, did you
Yeah.
just say no stop loss?
And we say stop loss. Don't take us seriously. We believe in the power of a stop loss because the verdict is still out on psychological stop losses.
It is. Like I said, to date, I've met one guy that can actually do it and stick to it. And that's not very many.
Right. And I'll give him a hint, guys. None of the person he's talking about is nobody in the Discord.
Yeah.
So, but what are the questions, guys, do y'all have, or any kind of charts that y'all wanted to show? Any things y'all curious about? Anybody have any wins or losses they wanted to share? This is y'all's time, open book.
Marco, show them.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah, show us your short that you closed. I'm really curious now.
On the NAS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Wait. Let me share this one. Where is share screen? Can you see it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So this was the short, only 3.5. 3.5 hour, because I was targeting this low over here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I was to here. That's it. So I wasn't sure about this daily demand, because there is a daily demand down here, but yep, I should be just keep it. Aye.
There's no demand in the market today, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's gonna blow through that thing overnight. And then when Powell gets up tomorrow and says inflation is transitory, then the market's gonna flip out, and they're gonna say that everything is okay. Inflation is slowing down its growth, and that they are open to drastic measures, but they're not going to take any drastic measures at this time. And then that thing's going to drop.
Yep, probably.
I feel like whatever he says tomorrow is going to be like good. It's going to be good, but then the market's just going to take it bad, and it's just going to continue going down.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping the market retraces a bit before it continues on down. I guess we'll see what it does. They're banking on a 0.5 point, right?
Yeah, but there is speculation they could be doing 0.75, so that would shake it for sure.
That's what they need to do, 75, or they need to do a whole 100 basis points. But something tells me that we're just going to get the same old tired narrative that there's nothing wrong with the market, and that they're not going to throw us into a recession to save prices, when in reality they have to throw us in a recession to cut down prices. Like, there's no way at this point, the Fed didn't act fast enough. There's nothing short of a recession coming. That's the only thing they can afford to do in order to get prices to go. And then we start seeing maybe a bullish market when everybody can't afford gas because it's now $10 a gallon.
Well, the guy that movie Big Short, I forget the guy that shorted the housing market last time, and he said he's banking on it to crash harder this time than last time, and it hasn't happened yet. So if he's right, we still got a crash coming, at least on the housing market side of things.
Oh yeah, it's definitely coming. They're going to raise interest rates. Buying a home will now be like 25% interest. I'm just like waiting on them to announce that.
Yeah, well, they got pretty low here. I think at one point it was like 1.29% or something. So everyone out went out and bought a $1.5 million house. Love to see the refinancing on those.
Yeah,
that's a nice crash.
It's a huge crash, guys. We are in a bear market, and most of the world doesn't know how to deal with that.
Look, if you can compare with COVID, look, So it's stronger now already.
Well, NASDAQ crashed harder than the SP 500, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
so,
quite
too.
like I think like double.
And the thing too,
Yep.
though, is they don't want to call it. They don't want to call it yet, but clearly we can see that we're in a bear market. They just
And
don't know
all-
what to do.
In all honesty, though, like companies like Tesla, like come on, it's not a $600 billion company yet.
Not even close. You mean
Like-
they're worth more than every other car manufacturer when they can't even produce 2% of the entire industry?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. I was like, they don't have the real estate, they don't have the assets. They probably will, but they don't yet.
Look at the Dow Jones, actually. It's still only 18%. Well, it was 38 during COVID.
Just give it time, my friend. It's
Yeah, I
not
think so.
done yet.
Yeah, at least to here.
All
We're
the
still
analysts
going
are
down.
all the analysts are saying we're bear till September because that is the stock myth. You sell you stop holding stocks at the end of May and you come back in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be coming to here somewhere.
Yeah, so September 2nd or 1st there we can start buying again.
You know what? With our new strategy, wait, I can show you. Oh wait, how can I move this? Okay, wait. So let's say we do like this, cover the highs and go to here. Yeah. So it's 0.6 R still. We can do it.
Right.
This is our new strategy,
You might have to hold till next Christmas, but you'll get there.
Of course. Look, that is September.
Yeah, but I think the money printing really backfired for the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe for like a year. The economy, you can see the rebound from the COVID, but I think it might even break the lows of the COVID.
Oof. Good.
It could, yeah.
Run the COVID low? I don't know, man. That's a long ways.
That would be nice, but yeah, it would be
Well,
how
I
much?
think
Look at how much it dropped in half a year. If you double that, it could almost get there.
Yeah, it could.
I think some companies wouldn't even survive that.
Hey, Coinbase is laying off 18% of their staff 2 days after the CEO went publicly and said, if you don't believe in us, you don't believe in what we're doing, then leave. Now they really are leaving.
Well, Coinbase is kind of too expensive to use, and honestly, probably my least favorite exchange.
Oh, yeah. I hate them with a passion. They lock people's accounts up for no reason and then have no customer service to help you.
Yeah, that's where Binance is good. You need help. There's live chat there right now. And I'm definitely not a fan of Binance, but the customer service is there.
Have you used eToro?
Is this?
eToro.com, they always used to make like ads, the leading investment platform and so on, but their spreads are like 3% per one transaction. So yeah, if you don't hold, it's bad. But with this crypto dip, what like platform would you suggest if it, let's say, gets to 10,000? I would even be scared to invest in Binance, to be honest.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like if crypto keeps dumping, you're gonna want to buy micro amounts of it, and don't buy a lot, buy a little bits here and there every week, dollar cost average, and I'd keep it on the ledger. I wouldn't keep it on an exchange at this point.
No.
Well, because look what happened yesterday. Binance had to cancel withdrawals just on the Bitcoin network. You could still withdraw through Solana network or whatever other. I think Binance chain was actually still working, but on the Bitcoin's own network, they shut withdrawals down and transfers. And that's really not good to see the world's largest exchange do something like that.
Nope.
They probably don't have the liquidity to pay everyone trying to dump. CZ invested too much in Luna.
Jack has a question. Are there any EAs that only have a sell button? Put a sticky note on your screen where you have the buy button and then you have the makeshift EA. Just pretend that the buy button doesn't exist.
Do you ever see so there was this concept that some people are only biased towards one side of the market and their win rate's way higher on one side of the market. So some people will actually invert their charts. So you'll invert your chart. I think it's like Control I or Option I on a Mac or something. But people invert their charts and they're actually buying when they're meaning to sell. And I'm just like, how is that easier? But the numbers all go backwards on the screen. And I tried it the one day. I was like, this is definitely not easier. Gave me anxiety.
Move to Australia.
Right.
I had a mentor like that at one time. He had to see the chart from a buying perspective. He couldn't, his sales didn't work at all.
So they were upside down, but the numbers were running backwards.
Mhm. So
Is that that's the next trade here, Marco? You're laying out
Yep.
or what? I like
Overnight
it.
during Asia, I know.
I like
free
it.
signal alert. No, I'm playing.
I like it. I actually left a runner on, and yeah, it broke me even, and now it hit TP. It's a little. It is what it is.
I just need the market, as I was telling somebody today, I just need the market to either go up or go down. It doesn't need to sit there and contemplate.
Well, I think after tomorrow, by Thursday or Friday, we'll probably get a good directional bias for a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes after FOMC, it takes a day or two to stabilize.
Right. Because when I see this, I'm just like, dude, like just go like this. Maybe like this, and then like this, and then like that, and then like this.
Well,
Yep. At least to 50% of this one. So yeah, that's tomorrow, man.
Nasdaq's-
That's
yeah.
tomorrow, London.
She's really not one to retrace much when it's trending.
Right. Nope. The beauty of
There-
NASDAQ.
We
You
also
know what's
have
crazy?
there's GBP interest rates on Thursday too. I was just going to tell our group too. You should watch Euro during that time because sometimes it affects Euro.
We shall see. We shall see.
Found Euro affects GBP too. Well, they're kind of tied.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting week to see. You got all of the global economies, the Royal Bank of Australia, you have the Bank of Japan, you have Britain's bank. Everybody's having to raise interest rates. It's all a matter of how much at this point.
Did EU didn't raise last time though, did they?
No, but they announced they would be raising in July.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I mean by everybody has to raise their rates. They're just all doing it at different increments.
They're also about to start paying shipping costs on oil because they don't want to use pipelines.
Right.
That's
So-
gotta hurt.
Let's get $300 a barrel oil, guys.
Yeah. Can you imagine pizza delivery is going to go up to like $90?
Nah, I'm gonna go pick it up myself.
No, you'll be running to pick it up yourself at that price.
Well, they said somebody, there was a senator or senator from the United States who said gas prices are so high, it's better just give everybody cocaine and let them run and go get stuff.
Man, you guys are what, $6 a gallon right now?
Yeah, we've never seen this in the history of the United States.
So we're like 231 a liter, which is well, if there's 4.5 liters in a gallon, we're about $10 a gallon.
By the time we get to 10, you'll be at least at 25.
Oh, that makes me feel way better.
Now, what if this all was a big plot to get everybody to buy electric cars?
Here's the thing though, the electric cars still need charging.
Yeah, but they don't have enough chargers. In some places they do.
Yeah, but what do you think is going to happen when everybody buys an electric car and they need to charge? They're going to charge more for electricity to charge your car. You're like, do you see the problem here?
Oh yeah, they're going to use it to build up their one industry from one industry to another. It's just going to be a transfer of expense.
And then they'll tell you to get solar, which is fantastic in the southern states, but in Canada it snows 7 months a year, so it's not like the most ideal thing.
Right. But we shall see. I really think this is a ploy because like they have what a 2030 goal to get cars. In Europe, you can't have emissions So that's pushing all the manufacturers to make electric cars. And then I'm thinking the United States is doing something like that for 2035. And so then you take up two large, countries where car sales dominate. That's going to push the rest of the world to just do the same thing.
Yeah, but have you ever driven through the mountains in -40?
Oh
I
no.
would I would sooner be in a gas burning vehicle.
Oh, trust me, I'm not going to electric cars. I'm going to electric cars reluctantly. I'm going to try to be the last holdout.
Yeah, and like for you guys, it's not bad because it's warm enough and like you have the ability to run solar down there.
Yeah, but you can't drive a car. You can't drive an electric car in Texas and make it from one city to the next.
Yeah, yeah, that's the next thing. The charging stations, not enough. Nobody wants an electric Lambo. That's just it. The idea is to
Nobody
hear that
wants
engine rev.
Yeah, Rob.
So,
Yeah,
InfloJet, I don't know
Remember-
how you managed to do this, but you're editing a chart and posting memes at the same time. You got to
Yeah.
get an award for that.
what meme did we
Yeah,
just
but look, remember before you were talking why I was closing? Look, I would be BA right now. So see?
Oh yeah. Well-
Let's see. So
You would have got at least 5R. Oh, it
Yeah.
wasn't a bad trade.
yeah, it would be. Yeah, almost 6.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you hit that demand, I would have told you to close.
Yeah, over here. Yeah.
Close it 5 or close enough.
I look this one, but I didn't take it. Just marking.
This is why we use a stop loss, everyone.
What time? 12:30. Yeah, I'd probably stop trading NOS pretty quick here.
Especially with that impulsive move it just made.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, if you buy and sell, one of them should go. Leave the stops open.
Exactly.
That's
Like this.
you know,
It's perfect.
yeah, absolutely.
Do or die, diamond hands,
Yeah, but look,
guys.
it works.
All right, guys. Thanks y'all so much for chiming in. If y'all come up with any more questions that you want for us to answer, feel free to share within the Discord group. Don't forget on Thursday we have our hour-long power hour with Rob. So it'll be same time as this one, and the recording will be up. We'll announce in the announcements. And guys, if you have things specifically that you have questions on, like happen to see a chalk or being able to see higher time frame direction or stuff that you want more hands-on development with, please don't forget you can take any one-on-one trading with Rob, Nathan, or myself. We dedicate an hour of our time to make sure that you're able to get the hands-on trading that you need. I did a coaching call last Friday. The next day, the guy told me, he said he was able to cut down 80% of his losses just by the stuff that he learned. So guys, there's real power in getting in one-on-one time with your precision market coaches. We want to help you. We want to see you succeed. So with that, I'll bid you all adieu, and I will see y'all in the chat.
See you guys.
See you guys.
See ya.